Video you have to see to believe. A flight coming from Omaha narrowly avoiding a collision with a private jet in Chicago.
It was a Southwest Airlines plane. It nearly was touching down before taking off again to avoid a crash. First Alert 6 spoke to a pair of passengers who were on the flight. Jacqueline Fernandez joins us with her story.
Yeah, just an incredible scene there. John, Aaron, we spoke with two friends from Omaha who were on that flight, and they say the pilot kept everyone so calm. They were surprised to see how close things really were from ending up a lot differently. An air traffic controller is heard telling the private jet pilot they are clear to go onto the runway before retracting the statement and urging them to stop the aircraft. Passengers on the plane say the pilot made the experience seem routine.
I just feel very thankful for who we had flying our plane.
Yes, and I was already kind of anxious going on the plane just because of what's been happening this year so far with all the flights, crashing and things happening. So I was already anxious. And then when that happened, I was extra thankful, very thankful for the pilot and everyone who was involved.
Yeah.
The FAA is investigating this incident. A close call, of course, as you just heard, after that deadly midair collision we just saw over the Potomac River in D.C. last month, which did kill all 60 passengers on board. Federal officials are still working to learn exactly how that crash happened. John.
Well, more